Hey guys, it's Alicia and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a weekly reading vlog. I have some books that I've been in the middle of for a while, and I have put them down for one reason or another as a soft DNF, whether I wasn't in the mood for them, something else was more pressing, or whatever the variance of reasons. I do have a couple books that I'm in the middle of, so I thought to kick myself into gear and to finish September off strong and start October off good, I would take this week and focus on finishing the books that I've started and I'm in the middle of. So I'm going to go ahead and give you this week's TBR. This week's TBR includes When the Day Comes by Gabriel Meyer, and I know that I am probably the last person on the bandwagon, but I did start this a while ago, and I enjoyed the writing style. I got 104 pages in, but I read it at a time that I was just kind of had a lot going on mentally, and historical was not where I wanted to be. I did not want to have to use my brain in any way, shape, or form. So of course I went and read a bunch of rom-coms because I can just turn my brain off for those. But I am very intrigued to get into the series because I know that it is so well loved in the bookish community. So priority is to finally finish When the Day Comes by Gabriel Meyer. I have The Lines Between Us by Amy Lynn Green. I started reading this a few years ago when my dad picked my TBR for Father's Day. I don't know if you remember that video. If not, I will card it here. It was a lot of fun. And I started this book at the end of that video and got 109 pages in. And again, I liked it. I really love Amy's writing style, but I think because I was so close to the end of the video, it was like Saturday night, and I'd wanted to finish the book, I got intimidated. I couldn't finish that. And then something else came up, and I just never picked it back up. But I am excited to continue to read this. I have a book called Called Upon by Brittany Lee. This is not Christian fiction, but it's clean. It's a YA, like summer camp mystery situation. It's told from the perspective of three seemingly unconnected teenagers called upon barrels through a series of twists and turns that merge together with jaw-dropping results. So I got 66 pages into this, and again, I feel like I read it pretty quick. I don't know what it was, but I think something else again grabbed my attention. Then I have Memory Lane by Becky Wade, and this is book 1 in her Sons of Scandal series. I started this on a trip with my cousin, and I don't know why I took a book with me on this trip. It was a weekend trip, and we ended up talking and laughing the entire time. No books were read, and I got 45 pages into this one, so I'm excited about that. Finally, I have On the Cliffs of Foxglove Manor by Jamie Jo Wright. This is a Jamie book. I got 36 pages into this, but I don't know why I set it down, because normally Jamie's books really catch me and draw me in, and I sit and read them in like 2 sittings, but yeah, so I'll make it a priority so I can finish it. So these are the 5 books on this weekly TBR. I don't know if I'll get to all 5 of them, but these are the books that I was currently in the middle of on my shelf, and I want to make sure that I do prioritize getting these done. So come along with me this week as we finish up some books on my TBR. It's Monday. I'm about to head off to work, so I will see you guys in a couple hours for me, but a blink of an eye for you, and we'll figure out which book we're going to start with tonight when I get home. I don't think I have anything crazy going on this week, towards the beginning of the week, where I won't be able to prioritize reading. I have turned into a bit of an audiobook person. Not a lot, but enough that if there is something that I need to get done, I can just pop in an audiobook. My library has quite a few of these books, so I can listen to them if I need to, if something is pressing. But I do think that I have a little bit of free time this week where I can get some good reading done. So I'll catch you in a bit and we'll chat about the book that I'm starting. Guys, I'm back from work. It's a little after 8 and I think I am gonna go ahead and I've already got my jammies on. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and start Called Upon by Brittany Lee. I'm gonna try to pick up from where I've left off on these stories. A lot of them I can kind of vaguely remember what's going on, but if I get into it and realize I have literally no clue what's going on, I'll just go ahead and start from the beginning. But I'm gonna try to see where we're at if I can remember. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into Called Upon, and I'm gonna see if, because it's really short, I'm gonna see if I can try to finish it tonight, but if not, we'll see how far I get into it. Okay, so I thought I was gonna be able to just pick up from page 67 or 66 and just read. Joke's on me. I remembered some of what happened, so I decided to start from the beginning, and I remembered some of what happened, like the characters made sense, things were coming. I was like, oh right, but I'm really glad I did it because I forgot some of it. So let me tell you a little bit about this book. It's told from the perspective of 3 people: Caitlin, Ashley, and Parker. Caitlin was sent kind of last minute to this camp called Camp Overlook, and it's a summer camp. Yes, this book screams fall, but it is in fact summer. But considering the fact it was like 90 degrees today, I don't even care that it's September, almost October. We're reading a summer book. Anywho, so she's sent to this summer camp that she knows nothing about. And it was like, her mom's reaction to it was a little weird. But she goes, because, mind you, characters very young. I have to keep reminding myself that this is very much YA and is reading YA. I think the main character, she's 14. So all the characters are like 14, 15, 16-esque. And then Ashley, so she's sent to this camp. Sorry, I'm all over the place. And she's meeting a new group of people. She just kind of finds the camp a little strange. But she's getting along well with a group of boys that is there. She's getting along, sorta, with her cabin mates, and she's just trying to have a good time. Parker is the boy perspective. And all we know is his dad is important. And he is like really smart, and everybody loves his dad. But Parker doesn't like his dad because he sees the true man. And his dad has something to do with the people that are called upon. We don't really know what that means yet. But we know that there's a group of people who, I'm almost wondering if they have like special abilities, or they're going to make the world a better place kind of situation. Like it's leaning spooky fantasy-esque. I don't know. So we just know that Parker does not like his dad, and he isn't called upon. But he's working to be called upon, like that's his goal. And then you have the perspective of Ashley, who is a sophomore, which is what, 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. And she finds out that she's pregnant. And the dad is a deadbeat dad. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He's a young teenager. And so it's kind of going through her perspective of how to deal with this. The mom's like, you're putting the baby up for adoption. And she's kind of unsure if she wants to do that. Most of the perspective is from Caitlin's point of view. We get very little of Ashley and Parker so far. But I am back to where I was when I started the video, when I first stopped reading it. And honestly, I'm glad I restarted it because I am enjoying it. But again, it is reading YA. It is not Christian fiction. but it is clean. And yes, it is definitely YA. It says, according to this, it's YA thriller suspense. So I'm very intrigued to see what happens next. It was later than I thought when I originally started this. I thought it was like right after 8. No, it was closer to 9. So it's about 10 now. So I'm going to read for a little bit longer. So I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the book tonight before I need to go to bed. But I do want to get at least halfway through. And the book is 268 pages. So if I can get to like 130 pages, I'll be okay stopping for the evening. But I am excited to keep going. I'm very curious though that because the book is so short, if it's going to be a series or if it's a standalone and everything gets wrapped up. I don't feel like it's going to get wrapped up. I'm unsure. So we shall see. But on to continuing past to figure out what else is happening in this story. I'm 145 pages in. Guys, what is happening right now? This is getting wild. 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 I'm talking like twisted, throwback, connections. You gotta use your brain. Crazy people. Murder. Secrets. I don't want to give you guys too much information because I don't want it to be spoilery. But I'm intrigued. It's 11:20. And I wasn't going to finish the book. But I feel like I might have to. I can drink an energy drink tomorrow. It's fine. I'll survive. I think I need to finish the book. I'll catch up with you guys later. But this just got a little crazy. And I'm trying to piece it all together. You know, like when you're reading a suspense book and you're trying to figure out pieces that are moving and all the moving parts. That's where I am. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, it is 1:20 and I just finished Called Upon by Bethany Lee. It was interesting. I thought it was well written, and according to her acknowledgments, this was her debut. The sad thing is, she hasn't written anything since. And I took a few minutes earlier to like stalk her Instagram to see if there was any like post about the next book coming out, because she wrote this in the ending. Like there are supposed to be more books. And that's kind of the bummer, because you get an ending, but it's not satisfying, and the bad guy doesn't get apprehended. Like everything is revealed to you. Why this man is crazy. And like his plan is revealed to you. And and then there's this crazy twist. Yeah. Spoiler alert. If you're aware, he gets away. And that really, if there were more books, if I knew other books were written, I would be fine. but I'm bummed because I'm invested enough to, like, I would have read the next one, or I wish that it had wrapped up in a way that it was complete and it wasn't left unended, like wasn't left open-ended, if that makes sense. So I can't really explain more about Caitlin, Ashley, and Parker without literally giving away all of the plot twists and how they're connected, but it was very intriguing, and I really was surprised by the plot twist personally. One of them, I thought potentially what happened was what was going to happen, but like towards the beginning, and then I was like, nah, and I just kind of forgot about it, because again, you get mostly Caitlin's point of view, and then when it was revealed, I had completely forgotten that thought had been in my head. So I was like, hold on, wait a minute. So it was intriguing. It definitely was a summer thriller, probably like, I've never actually read an actual psychological thriller, but I'm assuming because it has to do with the brain, and I know I said something about being fantasy-esque, and it wasn't. The guy was just crazy, and being called upon was his version of being special. But it definitely, the like science aspect of it leaned more sci-fi dystopian. I'm not a science person, so I don't know how real and accurate. I'm assuming not accurate at all. So that was a little on that end. It was good. It was an enjoyable story, obviously. It kept me up. I had to know what happened. So it's not Christian fiction. But there are mentions of God in here, and not like taken in vain. And there are like random mentions of prayer, and God is capitalized when it's supposed to be. But there's also like 2 random areas where not necessarily a curse word, but words I wouldn't personally use that could be considered curse words were used. So it was just kind of strange. And there was some like, I don't know. It was clean, but I would probably recommend it age-wise because it's definitely YA. But maybe for like 15 and 16-year-olds and up. And maybe depending on how, like, where they are maturity-wise and who, like, sensitivity-wise. Because it doesn't necessarily get gruesome or detailed. But there are just some things that are very, like, teenage, you know. Yeah. I'm having a really hard time describing this, maybe because it's 1:30 and my brain is toast. It was overall an enjoyable story. I did enjoy it. It was YA. So part of it felt, how many times am I going to say that? But I'm keep reiterating that because oh, my camera's about to die. It did feel a little immature in some ways, like the characters, but the writing was well done. So I'm unsure of where to rate it. That's where I'm struggling. I'm thinking like a 3.75. Like 3.5 to 3.75. Because I'm really upset about the ending. That it is really not complete. So, overall, I finished it. I'm going to write my actual review. Hopefully I can get words. It'll be up on Instagram. But thank you so much, Bethany, sending this to me. I'm sorry it took so long for me to read it. But I did read it. I enjoyed it. I hope another book comes out eventually, maybe. And yeah, I'm going to charge my camera. I'm going to go to bed. Oh, I'm going to write my review. I'm going to go to bed. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow when we pick the next book to read. Hi guys, happy Wednesday. I didn't end up getting on here at all yesterday. I didn't end up reading at all. Just spent some time with my family after work, spent some time with my sister. But I am about to start some reading for the afternoon. But before I do that, I wanted to show you my little haul from some things that I bought at the Bath & Body Works. So I love Bath & Body Works candles, and I actually like finished off my seasonal candles across the board, like my Yankee, my Bath & Body Works, all of them. So I thought it was time to refresh my selection for the fall and winter, and I was watching because they were having a sale, $13.95 for candles, which is a steal. And I was waiting for them to do their Christmas release because I know they're like 6 to 8 weeks ahead of everybody else, and Hobby Lobby is like 6 months ahead of everybody. But I saw that they had them in stock at my local Bath & Body Works, and so I went. So the 2 Christmas candles I got, and I was originally planning on just doing 1 fall candle, 1 Christmas candle, because I really don't go through them all that fast in just my room. But I couldn't pass up the 2 that I got because I'll explain why in a moment. The first one is the one that I went for, and that is spiced gingerbread, and it smells like vanilla icing, cinnamon sugar, and fresh ground nutmeg. And it just smells so nice and warm and cozy. And then the candle that caught me and made me go, I guess I have to, is a candle that I burned so much when I first found it that I actually got sick of it. But this year when I was there, I smelled it and I was like, I think it might be time to get this candle again, because it just, you know how scents are connected to memories, and it just set off so many memories, and it made me so happy, and it just smelled like Christmas. And that is the hot cocoa and cream candle. Yeah, it just, wow. I probably won't burn this very often. Like, this might just be a like quick little, ooh, I want to smell something sweet, because it's a very strong candle. I do remember that. But I knew that I needed to bring it back into the collection. And then I personally do not celebrate Halloween at all. But Bath & Body Works has 3 scents that they bring out at Halloween that are fantastic. Like, they've been around for ever. And it's the Vampire's Blood, the Gal Friend, and then the Pumpkin Carving. Now, the Vampire's Blood and the Gal Friend, I normally will get in soap scents. And they are just very much spring, summer scents to me. It's very strange. I don't consider them to be fall scents at all. But I normally will get them after, like, when they go on sale, because they were on serious sale. So when they clean out their inventory and stuff, I get it and save it for the following spring. And they were trying to get rid of their Halloween stuff because they're pushing fall out this week to bring in all the Christmas. And they had a bottle of the Gal Friend in just the normal gel soap. Typically I use the foaming, but beggars can't be choosers when you really like a scent. So I did get one of the Gal Friend, like $3 or something like that. And then I went to the mall on Sunday with my mom. I went to our other Bath & Body Works, and I got a fall candle. I got the pumpkin clove candle, and I like it. I do. I'll burn it, but it's like a late fall smelling candle to me. I know we've had this discussion before, but I wanted something that felt like early fall and could go all the way through fall, but just felt like fall. And I wanted pumpkin. While I like apple, I don't mind if it's burning in my house, but it's not what I wanted burning in my room. So I forgot about the pumpkin carving scent, but I got it last year and remember absolutely loving it because it is literally like the most perfect pumpkin scent. Well, my local Bath & Body Works, I almost said Barnes & Noble, my local Bath & Body Works had one, and I'm so excited because again it was 50% off, so it was still like $13. And it just smells so good. It's freshly carved pumpkin, spiced pumpkin seeds, and smooth brown sugar. So it's just got a great mix of pumpkin and like that brown sugar. So it's not too overwhelming, but it still just feels like fall. It's so good. So, and again, I don't celebrate Halloween, so I don't love the jack-o'-lantern situation, but I have a little holder for my room, so I just drop my candles in here and it covers most of them up. So, and then the last thing that I got from Bath & Body Works is something that I've been wanting to try for a while. They came out with the fragrance boosters and then detergent, and now they have like, what are they called? Dryer sheets. And we personally use the Downy Scent Unstoppables or whatever, and I love those, but I have been wanting to try the White Barn version of it. So I went ahead, they had like a members deal, because they're normally $20 a bottle. That's crazy. But they had a members deal, it was $9.95. So I thought I would give it a try, and the Cactus Blossom is one of my favorite scents, just straight across the board. But I've always thought it would be such a great like detergent smell. It just is like clean and fresh. So I went ahead and got the fragrance boosters and not the detergent, since we use a certain detergent in our washer, and it's a family shared washer. I didn't want to mess anything up, but I did get my own scent boosters since I do my own laundry. So that's what I got from Bath & Body Works. And then I had to go to Home Goods because it was right across the street, and I was looking for something very specific. My brother and I have a coffee bar in our house, and we found a coffee that Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls, like that company, has, and I have not found it anywhere else. I've only found it there, and I've only seen it 3 times. So of course, the first time we got it, we just wanted to try it, and then my brother and I figured out that we absolutely love it. Everyone who tries it, who like uses our coffee, loves it because it is such a great base coffee, because we use like syrups and caramels and things, but it's a great just base flavor coffee. Everyone loves it. We love it. And then after that, we're like, well, we have to get it again. Couldn't find it for forever. And then I found a bag, so I got a bag, and then we're almost done with it. And I was like, you know what? Again, I have not been like out shopping a lot recently, so I haven't been to Home Goods in forever. But I was like, I'm right here. I'm just gonna run across the street really quick and see if they have it. And they did. I'm so excited. They had a whole row of it. I called my brother. I was like, should I just get 1 or 2? But we haven't been drinking a ton of coffee, so I did opt to just do 1 for now. This brand, it's Global Vistas, the Hawaii. It's a medium roast. So good. But I can't say, I'm not a coffee expert. I'm sure there is something else out there that like the coffee snobs and connoisseurs are all about. This does it for me here at home for my own personal like salted caramel iced coffees that I make to save myself money, so I'm not going through Dunkin' Donuts all the time. This is a great base coffee. So if you ever see it at your local TJ Maxx, Home Goods, or Marshalls, and you're a coffee person and want to give it a try, I like it. I recommend it. So it was only $6.99 too. So it's gone up since the first time we bought it, but so is life. So anyways, I got that. And then the last thing that I got, and then I'll get into the book that I'm planning on reading for today. I love decorating my house. We've established this. If you followed me on Instagram a couple of nights ago, I posted a story about the fall tablecloth that I bought for my house for Thanksgiving. But I love decorating my house, and I've been slowly building my 4th of July collection, because anytime I do, I will never pay full price for it. I'm sorry. I love decorating, and I love 4th of July. It is one of my absolute favorite holidays, but it is literally one day. And I understand that Thanksgiving and Christmas are technically one day too, but it is a season, okay? 4th of July is literally one day. But as I see it like on sale or see things cheap that are red, white, and blue, I slowly accumulate things, and I've been slowly building my collection, and I'm so excited because I can finally add a tablecloth, a nice tablecloth to my collection. It is red, white, and blue checkers, and I'm plaid checkers, whatever. I'm so excited about it, and guess how much I paid for it? Guess. You're never gonna guess. $7. That's it. $7. And this one will fit either our dining room table at the current size it's at without the leaves to add extra seats, or it will fit our kitchen table. So either option, but for $7 I couldn't pass it up. I was so excited. But yeah, so that is what I spent my money on today. I need to stay out of stores. This is why I don't go out, because I spend money. I'm a very expensive date. But I wanted to go ahead and talk about the book that I'm going to try to read today. I'm going to check because I have quite a few things I need to do this afternoon before church, and I do want to read. So I think I'm going to listen to whatever book I choose on audio. I am helping with our children's singing. It's not really a choir, but our children's choir. We're having revival at our church this month, and I was asked to help with that. So we have practice on Wednesday nights, and there's a couple things I need to do for that. And then I have some things to do around the house to clean up, since I'm like finishing bringing in purses and doing the stuff for the construction and whatnot. Anyways, some things to do. And I'm just going to pop my AirPods in and listen to an audiobook while I do that. I probably won't have a ton of footage of me doing any of that because the house is an absolute disaster currently, since it is under construction and everything that was in one area is in another, and it just gets moved around. And my parents would absolutely kill me if I let people see the state that our house is in. So I will not be doing any montage footage, but please know that I will be listening to whatever book I choose. The one I want to listen to and want to pick up, I'm in the mood for today, is The Lines Between Us by Amy Lynn Green. I use Hoopla or Libby personally for my audiobooks. I have both through my library. And I know I have a few Amy Lynn Green books. They have a few on there, but I can't remember if The Lines Between Us is one. So if it is, this is the audiobook that I will be listening to. If they don't, I'll probably turn on Memory Lane by Becky Wade, because I do know for a fact that my library has that one. So I'm just going to check, see if my library has it. If it does, I'm going to go ahead, pop my AirPods in, and get to work putting stuff away, cleaning up, and working on the letter that I have to write the parents. So this is what we will be listening to today. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but it's a little after 6, and we have a Catholic church around the corner from us, and the church bells are going off. I love being close to my house around noon and 6 because they always go off, and there's something so beautiful about church bells. Alright, so it is a few minutes after 6. I'm getting ready to head off for church, but I was able to start listening to this while I did some things around the house. I did start from the beginning again. You see my puppy. Just because while I knew what was about, and again, as she was reading through it, things made sense. I remembered things. I'm glad I restarted because I'm just getting back into the world. But I am a little past where I originally stopped. I'm on chapter 12, and I stopped a little before chapter 10, I think. So this is about Dory and Gordon. And Gordon is a Quaker, and this is right when it starts when World War II started. He objected to fighting due to his moral disbelief in war and that nobody should take a man's life. So he and his best friend Jack, who is Dory's brother, decided to join the civilian something corps. I'm listening, I'm taking in, I know what's happening in the story, I just can't remember words. And they end up becoming fire jumpers in, Oregon? I think that's where they ended up. Yes. They are fire jumpers, so they work for the, like National Forest to keep fires at bay. do you find out? Yes, it's on the back, so it's not a spoiler, but his best friend Jack, Dory's brother, is severely injured and is kind of under suspicious ways a little bit. And Dory ends up coming to their base. That's what I'm looking for. Now, Dory is not happy that Gordon took Jack away. She has not talked to Jack since he deserted them and didn't do his duty to become a soldier. She thinks that it's wrong, that he is saying he doesn't agree with war, and she is of the belief that they should both be fighting since they are of the age and of healthy bodies to fight. So her and Gordon, while they have known each other, they talked briefly as like a slight little letter courtship. She does not like him. She has not talked to him since. So they just officially, after the chapter I just listened to, they've just officially seen each other for the first time in 3 years due to Jack being injured and Dory's coming to the base to figure out what is going on. So it shall be very interesting. I really like the narrator who's reading the story. She's doing a wonderful job. I currently have it on like 2.25 or something like that. But when I get home from church, I will probably, and that's with me like just doing things. But when I get home from church and I'm able to actually sit down and tandem read the book and listen to the audio at the same time, I'll probably bump up the speed since my eyes take in information a little quicker. So I'm hoping, depending what time I get home from church, we'll see. But I am 130 pages into it. I am hoping to get a good chunk into it tonight. Maybe even potentially finish it. I don't know. We shall see. But I am really enjoying it. I'm glad I restarted it. Amy's writing style is absolutely amazing. I love how she like world builds, character builds. Her dialogue is fun. And even in like a difficult time, she's doing a wonderful job writing characters and the time and a unique take on it, because I haven't read too many books with the conscientious objectors. It's right there. And Dory is in she's a WAC, so she decided to join the army, the Women's Army Corps. So it's just a little bit of everything, and I'm really enjoying it. So I will update you guys later, but I'm gonna head to church, hang out with the kiddos, sing some songs, and then get back to reading this evening when I get home. Hey guys, happy Friday. And remember how I said at the beginning of this vlog that I didn't really have a whole lot going on this week? This is actually a pretty typical week for me where I don't really read much on Tuesdays or Thursdays. My Thursdays are incredibly busy days. I work from 9 to anywhere from 6:30 to 7. And then right after, I'm typically at my church until the evening. Normally it is for practice, for music practice. But the first Thursday of every month, our church has a ladies' night. And yesterday was the first Thursday of the month. It was October. And so we had our ladies' night and it was super fun. It was a bonfire and we just made like little pumpkins. Actually, hold on. Let me go get mine. It turned out really cute. Hold on. This is the little pumpkin that I made. Isn't he so cute? And there's a cinnamon stick. It turned out so cute. You should have seen me try to make it though. I am not a very like crafty person like that. And at one point my yarn was so tangled up, my sister came over and she was helping me, and then the lady I was sitting and talking with was helping me. It was a whole mess, but my pumpkin is made. He's super cute, a labor of love. But yeah, we got back home really late and I have really bad allergies, and I do believe that I'm coming down with laryngitis again. I got laryngitis last October, and it's really annoying, and it's really making me talking makes me tired. So I came home from that and was just exhausted. So I didn't end up reading when I got home late Wednesday night from church, and like the laryngitis is kind of like, my allergies are kind of already giving me fits. So I was really tired after Wednesday night. It was a long like music practice with the kids, And then Thursday, all day talking at work, all day talking at the event. I was super tired. So I woke up this morning and I have been, like, it's almost noon, I think. I'm still in my pajamas. I haven't really gotten ready for the day. I, like, have brushed my teeth, washed my face. I've taken my allergy medicine, but it has not, we're struggling over here. The problem is I do, in fact, sing on Sunday. And I'm a soprano, naturally, so I need to get this under control. No such thing as vocal rest in my life. I do, in fact, work tomorrow where I will be talking. And then after church tomorrow, my sister and I are going to a concert. Emily Ann Roberts, who is a country music artist, she's fantastic. She will be in a town not far from us, so we're going to be going to her concert tomorrow night, or Sunday night, and I have to, guys, I have to be able to sing. So there's a potential that I will be going to urgent care today to maybe get some heavy duty, like, antihistamines, because that seemed to knock it out last October pretty quick. So I'm gonna see how I'm doing throughout the day. I do have a couple, like, honey lozenge things that I got, so I might suck on one of those for a while while I get some stuff done around the house, because I do have things that I want to do. So I am gonna do that, and while I do that, all of this to say, because this is in fact a reading vlog, I didn't finish The Lines Between Us on Wednesday night, and because I didn't get any reading done yesterday, I still have a good portion of the book to do, but I have a lot of, like, moving and stuff to do around the house, and since I should be resting my voice and not talking, I'm not gonna be practicing my songs for Sunday yet. But I am just gonna go ahead, pop my AirPods in, and listen to my book while I move some stuff around and clean up the house a bit. So that is my update. Happy Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get some stuff done, and then I'm probably gonna pop myself over to our urgent care on the corner and hopefully get seen and get some heavier allergy medicine than what I already take daily, which is really frustrating. I thought I had this under control. I went to an allergist after my laryngitis about last year, because I've never had laryngitis before in my life. I've never lost my voice until last October, and I've always had allergies my whole life. I've seen an allergist before, but I thought I had it under control until I got really, really bad last year, and it has been awful the last, like, 2.5 weeks. So, like, my allergy medicine isn't even doing anything at this point. And yeah, so I need to figure out what's going on again. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling. I've been talking for 6 minutes about literally nothing. I'm going to get some stuff done around the house that I need to do, my little to-do list, cross some stuff off, and then I'll update you with some more thoughts on The Lines Between Us. Alrighty guys, I did it. I just finished The Lines Between Us by Amy Lynn Green. It was amazing. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. There will be slight spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, you can just go ahead and skip a little bit. While I'm content with the ending, I am a happily ever after girly. To my core, I'm a romance girl. This is very historical fiction. There is no romance. It does not end with romance. I was really hoping that Dory and Gordon would, like, get past their differences and somehow, like, fall in love. No, but it also makes sense for the characters. Just they are too different for that to have worked. But I love how they came together and really worked. They put aside their differences for their shared love of her brother Jack and working to figure out the mystery of his unfortunate death. And I think that Amy did a wonderful job writing that. She, even though she writes World War II, and it is a horrible time in history for the world, but especially for American history, she just writes in a way that is so comforting. Like, I feel like I know these characters. Like, these are people that I know. I am in that time and I am empathizing with them and I am worrying for them and I'm mourning with them, even though I have no clue who these people are. They're not real. They're not real. But they were, and they could have been. These are lives that people could have led, and in some cases they did lead. And I think she just does such a great job honoring that and writing that. And she always writes just slightly, she takes a different take on World War II. World War II fiction is, it saturates the market. And as a girl who loves World War II fiction, I don't know why, but it is one of my favorite historical times to read, to watch, all of that. She just always, every book I read by her, just, even ones that might not necessarily be a favorite, I still love because they just feel so slice of life and they feel so real. And something about that is just more important to me. Like, her writing is just good. I love the way she writes, how she writes characters, dialogue, everything. Her letters, it really was a great story. The mystery is solved. The growth in this book, not just from Dorian Gordon, but from the side characters that we see, top notch, done beautifully. Truly, if you're looking for a World War II fiction story that is not a romance, and you're just looking for a fiction story that really will have some great growth and lessons learned, and with some interesting things for for this time, she introduced the triple nickel flight team, which was they were there's a word for it, the troop. They were black fire jumpers, so like the storm jumpers that took care of the fires. They were a real group, and she talked about them and brought them into the story as well. And she talked about like the forest conservation type stuff, like the wildfires, and how important it was that we still kept America a country in the war. Like, there were people here who were fighting to keep the country still here and not just overseas. And again, she does a great job writing courage and conviction into her characters. The tagline up here really is a great way to summarize the book. A World War II novel of courage and conviction based on the true experience of the men who fought fires as conscientious objectors and the women who fought prejudice to serve in the Women Army Corps. Did a great job. Really loved it. I am going to go ahead and end the vlog here on Friday night just because I do have a lot going on this weekend and I know that I won't be able to read. And this is a pretty typical week for me. I stay busy, but if I'm really focusing on reading, I read anywhere from 2 to 5 books a week. Just kind of depends. This week it was 2. It ended up being a way busier week than I was prepared for. Next week thought I could get some reading done while I'm dog sitting, but I realized that I have a very, very hectic week as we're getting ready for a children's revival, since that is going to be next weekend. But yeah, thank you so much for coming along with me as I finished 2 of the 5 books that I'm currently in the middle of on my TBR. Thanks for joining me this week. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I've missed you. I'm looking forward to getting back to reading and doing more weekly vlogs and just videos in general. Check out all my socials. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm pretty much everywhere. I'd love to connect with you. Chat with me down in the comments. I'd love to connect if there's any new faces or any old faces who I haven't seen in a while, because I just kind of fell off the face of the earth for a bit. But I'm back and ready to mingle and chat with you guys again. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.